Oh God. Hi guys, my name is Sophie.
I'm Dylan, and this is the first episode of our Dylan Soph Adventures.
Or in other words, DS Adventures. Give you guys a little background about ourselves. We are high school sweethearts. We've been together for almost 4 years. I am a major at North Idaho College in business. I also play soccer there. Dylan?
I went to college for about a week and a half. Then I decided to take a year off, and now I'm working at UPS and trying to save money for our adventers.
We've always had a dream of renovating a camper or a bus or a van. We've always known that we wanted to travel a lot. We always, when we were in high school, always wanted to go on road trips every weekend. And so it's expensive. So we've been kind of just sitting around chilling. Dylan bought
I bought
a camper about a year ago.
about last spring.
And we started to renovate that, but then we had a new opportunity.
Yes, new opportunity. The camper was just a lot of surprises, a lot of mold and all that stuff we weren't expecting, that I wasn't expecting. It got a bit expensive, so now we're selling it. And my dream, Sophie not as much, but I've always wanted to convert a school bus and
I
travel.
wanted to convert a Sprinter van, but I'm good with the school bus.
Yes, Sprinter vans are very expensive. And don't get me wrong, I want to do a Sprinter van too, just not right now. We don't have that kind of money. So I was looking on Craigslist for a long time, and I came up across this short bus in Tillamook, Oregon. I messaged the guy just because to see how much he would go down, and I wasn't too serious about it when I messaged him, but then things were looking good and we talked for a little bit, and that night I said, hey, we settle on this price and I'll go down there tomorrow and go pick it up. And that's what we did.
We literally decided that we were going to drive to Tillamook, Oregon at 9 o'clock at night on like a Monday, and literally drove to Tillamook, Oregon the next morning at like 8 a.m. after I had math class. I couldn't miss that because it's important. And we drove all the way to Tillamook, Oregon. Took us like 8 hours. Met up with the good old Marvin.
Marvin was his name. We met him at the Tillamook Cheese Factory, and we talked for a little bit. I checked the bus out. Then we did a test drive. We saw the ocean, and then we talked for a little while. It was actually a long time. It was a long
4
time.
hours.
It took 4 hours total. The test drive took, I want to say, like an hour.
No, probably 2.
Oh.
No, by the time we like got to the ocean, like did everything. He drove us to he didn't drive us, but he took us to his favorite spot on the Oregon coast, and we kind of sat there and talked and kind of explored a little bit, and then it was like 15 minutes from town, so.
Yeah, it's a couple miles out. It was really pretty though. We saw these seals and a nice beach that we want to go back to eventually, and I don't know, what you call it, a pier?
I don't remember what you said it was called.
I don't know, it's a big rock thing. I forget what they're called, but yeah, we did that. Then we drove back to the factory, did the paperwork, paid him, and we had to drive him back to his house, which is like a mile away. And he actually has a full-size bus that I think he's going to convert to, so that's pretty cool. And then we drove back to, where did we go? Portland, or just outside of Portland, and stayed at a hotel there, which wasn't that cheap. Pretty expensive for a night anyways. For some reason, all the hotels were booked and super expensive if they had any rooms, so this was the cheapest and the closest, because we didn't want to go through Portland or deal with the traffic, or what do we want to do?
We just didn't want to go through Portland and the new vehicle at rush hour in an unfamiliar place. All the hotels in like downtown Portland are really expensive. We didn't really want to drive, we just wanted to stay on the interstates. We didn't want to drive in downtown Portland with this bus that we have driven before. And I was driving Dylan's car, Dylan was driving the bus. We didn't really want to get separated, so we just decided, one, Tillamook didn't really have any hotels, and then getting the bus took a lot longer than we expected, so we just stayed outside of Portland and then drove home the next day. But yeah, it was it wasn't long. It felt like a really short trip. It doesn't, when we got back, we're like, did we really just drive 8 hours to Tillamook, Oregon, and then it was just weird. It didn't feel like it really happened. But now we have a bus, and we named it Marvin after the guy we got it from. So we're really excited for once we do get it converted, to take our road trip back to Tillamook and show him and be like, we named it after you, you inspired us. So that's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, he seemed really excited about it too. I was gonna say I was gonna text him and tell him, keep him updated on the conversion and all this stuff, and he seemed really pumped about it. So we'll definitely have to make a trip back down there and show him.
Yeah, so right now we're just in the process of trying to convert it and trying to make decisions and kind of just right now we're trying to figure out what color we want to paint outside the bus and just design factors inside the bus, just because we do have very similar styles, but we also have two different looks that we want the bus to be.
Two different styles.
Yeah, Dylan's very rustic and woody and I don't know, kind of a man cave almost. And I'm very clean lines. I'm kind of a modern farmhouse, and so we're just working on compromising and figuring out what works for both of us. Life is busy right now. I'm a full-time student at NIC, and I play soccer, and I'm working, and Dylan's working, and so it's really hard to find the time to get it all done. So right now our major goal is just, one, to get it done, to get it converted, but also to continue just taking road trips on the weekend and continue planning trips, even if it's not on the bus, just because we definitely are the happiest and the most, I don't know, I definitely would say we're the most happiest. We're happiest on the road and when we're traveling and we're in new adventures, and we're kind of just getting out. I was born and raised here. Dylan has lived here most of his life, and so we're just kind of not sick of this area, but we'll really want to branch out and figure out where eventually we want to settle down. So right now we're just converting the bus, trying to figure out as many adventures on the weekends as we can. And then once we get the bus converted, using it as a camper and maybe taking week-long road trips in it and stuff like that. And then our overall goal is eventually to take a year or two off from life and just travel the country, but I don't think that will really happen until I graduate from college. So we have a couple more years until that, but we're just excited to do road trips in it and get it going and start this YouTube channel and start our Instagram and kind of hopefully grow our brand and get going with that.
Well, it's not really a brand.
I mean, it could eventually end up in a brand.
Not yet, anyway. But yeah, the goal for me is to get it ready for summer, which is a few months away. Not completely finished, but finished enough where we can take our friends out camping and do mini road trips. I don't think it'll be completely furnished and completely converted by that time, but close enough where we can take it out on road trips and have fun with it. That's us. That's our life for now anyways. And follow us on Instagram at dill.soph.adventures. We'll be posting on there with conversion, also on here with the conversion and our trips and whatnot. Keep you updated in our day-to-day life.
Make sure you subscribe.
Subscribe, like at the bottom of this video, and stay tuned because we have lots more videos to come. And I'm excited for this new life on YouTube and this new life in the schoolie community. Join the adventure along with us. So,
Bye, guys.
see ya.